Sort out Facebook. Wait a second, folks. Okay, folks. Good afternoon. Indy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it's overcast, damp, miserable, 7 degrees. That's the weather forecast for Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. You want to know what the weather's like where you are? Look at your ain't bloody windy. Okay, what brings Davy to your screens today? Well, I did give you advance warning this was happening, and that is today is the 1st of April, April Fool's Day, and the press are behaving like fools as the Hate Crime Act comes into effect today. Now, the Hate Crime Act plugs a few holes in the Equality Act and also sorts out the mess that was left behind by the Race Crime Act. Now, basically what this act does, folks, is it covers 3 specific groups. Okay, it covers religious groups, which have been protected in England since 2006. It also protects age groups from hate and discrimination, and gender groups from hate and discrimination. Now, folks, to let you understand what this is all about, you just have to have a look at how stupid some people are. And I'm going to use an example of somebody who really hasn't got a Scooby what they're talking about, though should. And we're talking about J.K. Rowling here. She's on Twitter this morning calling transgender women men, calling out some gay groups, and various other nonsenses. And she invites Police Scotland to come along and arrest her. It would appear that Miss Rowlands doesn't seem to understand the Act. Now, if I see a transgender woman and I say to Sarah, that's a guy, that's not a hate crime. If I stand up in the middle of a square, in a public square, and encourage other people to hate transgender women, or to hate Muslims, or to hate Christians, or to hate Jews, or to hate Hindus, or to hate Sikhs, or to hate any religious group, or any age group, that's a hate crime. Stating that wee Mrs. McGumper next door's 86 isn't a hate crime. Saying that Annie, the transgender woman down the road, is physically male isn't a hate crime. To say that Alec on the corner over there is Jewish is not a hate crime. To encourage everybody else in the street to hate the transgender woman, the Jewish man, that's a hate crime. But just to point out that somebody is 80, somebody is a transgender woman, or somebody is of a certain religious group, is not a hate crime. And this does not end freedom of speech. Unless you are encouraging others to hate a specific group, then it isn't a hate crime. And as most of us carry no hatred in our heart, it isn't going to affect our freedom of speech at all. Not in the bloody slightest. All it does is plug a couple of gaps in our Equalities Acts, to be fair. Now, these holes were plugged in England in 2006 and 2008 respectively. I don't remember a stooshy going on then. Don't remember a stooshy going on in 2006 when religious groups were protected in England. I don't remember a stooshy in 2008 when gender groups and age groups were protected from hate crimes in England. So why is there a stooshy going on here in Scotland when we are just bringing ourselves into line with England and Wales and most of the rest of Europe? Why is there a stooshy here in Scotland? Because we have a fucking dreadful press. That's why. People, don't be lazy. Go and read the legislation for yourself. And don't listen to idiots like J.K. Rowling, who hasn't actually committed any hate crime because he hasn't encouraged others to hate any specific group. So, as you go about your business, you don't have to worry about this Hate Crimes Act. Unless you're going to stand up and encourage your group of friends to hate a certain religion, to hate a certain gender, or to hate a certain age group, you'll be committing no crime. So I hope that explains the Hate Crime Act and gets us away from the nonsense in the press and nonsense in the mainstream media, especially the loony right-wing rags who are talking about ending of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. You never heard so much bollocks in all your life. So just remember, as you go about your daily lives, as long as you are not encouraging anyone to hate any specific group in a religious group, an age group, or a gender group, you have not broken the Hate Crimes Act. To point out that wee Mrs. McGumpers 86, to point out that Annie in the corner is a transgender woman, or to point out that Alec across the road in the corner house is Jewish, isn't a hate crime. That's a description of a person. To stand up in front of a group of people and to encourage them to hate another group of people is a hate crime. I hope that's going to explain for the idiots out there, the ones that are pliable to stupidity in the press. So I'm glad everybody, if you haven't got a clue what the Hate Crime Act is all about, share this video. Or if your friends don't have a clue about what the Hate Crime Act is all about, share this video and let them understand that all we're doing is plugging some gaps in our equality laws. Simple as that. And as long as you're not encouraging hatred of a specific religious group, a specific gendered group, or a specific age group, then you're not doing anything wrong. As I say, pointing out with Mrs. McGumpers 86, that Alec's Jewish and Annie in the corner's a transgender woman, that's not a hate crime, folks. That's what brings David to your screens today. Hit the like button, and in this particular case, I don't normally ask for Indie Truck Davey videos to be shared around, but this one really needs to be shared around so that people understand the Hate Crime Act. Have a nice day. Look after yourselves. David and I will be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow for the 2 days.